Data go.
I call Ian McKelvey.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And at the risk of repeating some things that have already been said in taking this call, unfortunately I was away today attending a funeral of a Shannon primary school teacher who was 27 years in the business in, of course, our Minister's previous territory. I need to start these few words by congratulating Martin Dunn and his large team at MPI for doing such a great job producing a very good annual report. The organisation has moved very quickly from amalgamation to become a real force in the sector. And as I commented in my opening remarks to the Director General Martin Dunn, this sector has made great strides in the past year, producing a very good annual report and facing some very interesting challenges in the biosecurity, animal welfare and food safety sectors, coming through them all with flying colours. The first of these challenges was named Operation Concord and managed the blackmail threat over the 1080 scare, one of the most distressing in New Zealand's history, but satisfactorily resolved, and at the same time gaining New Zealand great credibility for our food safety response capability worldwide. The second major response was, of course, the fruit fly outbreak in Auckland, again managed extremely well by MPI. So, Mr. Chair, I want to get on to the issue the last speaker was talking about, that of animal welfare. And whilst, unfortunately, MPI was well tested by a major animal welfare inquiry in the treatment of bobby calves in the last year, this will result in some prosecutions. But those of us with a lifelong love of animals, it's very disappointing to believe someone could treat animals in this manner. It is reassuring, of course, to know that MPI have an extremely efficient system and that the Animal Welfare Amendment Bill passed last year will enable effective action to be taken against these inept and irresponsible people. I want to defend the sector's record in animal welfare, however, because I think that many of the issues raised by the last speaker, in fact, aren't applicable. And I think that almost all sectors of New Zealand farming take their animal welfare issues extremely seriously, do a great job with them, and I think we should be proud of our record in that area. We also should be proud of the fact that we produce food in a very, I guess, competent and caring manner, which is great for our animals, great for our farming sector and great for our international reputation. So our industry should not be measured by the inept behaviour of a few renegades. Our farming practices are world-renowned for our animal welfare, care and innovation and many other things. So to maintain and improve our place in the world market, we must ensure all of our practice relating to our environmental matters, food safety, animal welfare and biosecurity are the very highest they can be. And we must continue to root those people who can't perform out of the industry. There is no room for complacency here. MPI is well aware of that. It's also very reassuring to witness the new biosecurity agreements adding significant value to our response capability as noted by the Office of the Auditor General in their recent report to Parliament, a report which documented the great progress made by MPI in this area. Mr. Chair, I want to thank all members who've served on the Primary Production Select Committee in the last 12 months. We have a very, I guess, consensual Select Committee. I think we do a pretty good job, and we do a pretty good job of reviewing some pretty important legislation and important issues for New Zealand's future. I just want to take one issue, though, that's been in the news again today, which I think is a shame, that political interference occurs in a process around Silver Fern Farms, which was democratically taken by the shareholders of that company. We now have a whole lot of politicians jumping on the back of it, thinking they know better than the 82% of the shareholders that voted in the course of that event. I think it's extraordinary that we think we know better in this Parliament than the shareholders of that company know. I think it's a tragedy for New Zealand, and I think it's plain silly, irresponsible, frankly. Mr. Chair, we in the Primary Production Select Committee also review land information, assure quality, Landcorp, Crown Irrigation and animal products. And I'll briefly comment on the performance of Landcorp, as it's a very large asset in the government books and is currently demonstrating the challenges faced by many of us in the agricultural sector. We certainly hope they can turn the current situation around, because if they can't, the rest of the agricultural sector won't. And notice that they've abandoned further dairy conversion on the Central Plateau. It's worth noting that this was the subject of a petition to the Primary Production Select Committee that enabled us to better understand the challenges facing our region. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Call the Honourable David